What if I told you it's estimated that 70% of the time, generational wealth is lost from one generation to the next? And 90% of the time, that money is gone by the third generation. It's a very disheartening statistic, but what we find is that the generation that created the wealth was often so focused on generating it, preserving it, and growing it over time that they neglected to prepare the next generation for the responsibility that was about to come to them. Hey everyone, Gabe Galanti here, and today I want to talk about passing on the legacy that you worked so hard to create. So many of the families that we work with list passing on the legacy that they've created as one of their highest priorities. The harsh reality is that maintaining, preserving, and passing on money from one generation to another is one of the most difficult challenges that there are. Some of the hurdles that we commonly see include a lack of communication, where the parents and the initial generation don't take the time to explain their plans to pass the money to the next generation. A conflict among heirs, where the heirs might disagree who deserves what, which causes issues. Or even just mismanagement, where you see that next generation is not mentally prepared to take on the responsibility. They might not be financially savvy and end up spending all of the money, or they could even be influenced by outside sources, get taken advantage of, and that money will disappear very quickly. In the grand scheme of things, we do our best to communicate to clients that generational planning is not just about creating an estate plan. It's also about preparing the next generation with the values and financial literacy they need to carry your legacy forward. Inheritance is as much about parenting as it is about money management. Estate planning, although great when it comes to transferring wealth, does nothing to prepare the next generation for what's about to come to their lives. First-generation wealth creators often think that their values and legacy and beliefs will be carried on to the next generation automatically, but we find that this is often not the case at all. The truth is, every generation has grown up in a very different world than the one prior. Without the right preparation, they might lack the drive and resilience that built that wealth in the first place. If you have a six-figure portfolio or hundreds of millions of dollars, the principles remain the same. It's imperative to prepare your heirs financially, morally, and intellectually. Now, I want to make a pivot and I want to talk about steps that we take with clients to avoid this generational wealth trap. First things first, you have to clear your mind and stop thinking that talking about money is weird. Be open, communicate, hold family meetings, and answer any questions that your heirs might have. Next, whether you decide to formally structure these meetings or hold them loosely, talk to your heirs about the values and the hard work and effort that you put in and the legacy that you want to leave behind when you're gone. It's important to allow them to share their feelings so they can build motivation of their own to keep the legacy going forward. Third, and potentially one of the most important steps here, introduce them to your team. Allowing your heirs to meet the team that helped you build what you've built, whether it's your financial advisor, your accountant, or your attorney, can work wonders. It is multiple other sets of eyes, ears, and mouths to communicate your legacy and values to your heirs. And who knows, it could help them along the way with their own personal growth. One last thing, get started early. Teach your children from a young age the importance of saving, spending, and the importance of giving over time. If there's something that I want you to take away from this discussion here today, it's that this process is about intentional, multi-generational wealth transfer. And that starts from the early age of when your children are born, not when you die. Your legacy is not just what you leave behind. Most importantly, it's what you pass forward. I hope this was helpful, and if you find any of this content helpful at all, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you very much for listening, and have a great day.